Steve Hoskins now has a great challenge in this 225-pound Bob Spaulding.
Here's some players who can put it to it right here, Chris.
Okay. Challenge has been thrown to the man that has won regional title.
Big hand Spaulding.
What a line, Bo.
Got it all, Chris. He needs just to get a little confidence. He's not a rookie out here. He's been out here for a year. As you watch his style, the man who is 230 pounds of all power gets in an ideal position here. But the key is when he comes on through. Watch this wrist action. He just unleashes it. Look at once again straight up the back of the ball. Good knee bend. He has it all going. If he keeps it in play, look out for those pins. 42 games. He qualified third.
All but the 2 pin. Seemed in a big hurry on the left lane. His second shot.
Jake's another power player who we just saw with a clean shave. Partially clean shaven. He's still got a little more to go. He better not lose any more matches. As Bob Spaulding shoots for the spare in a second.
All right. So Hoskins opened with a strike, and he's back up. Strike and spare for his opponent, Bob Spaulding of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Way to the left on the approach. Now double. Well, coming up next on ABC's Wide World of Sports, never before seen performances by Brian Boitano, Tanya Harding, and other stars from our national championships. Plus, a look back at a special performance by Nancy Kerrigan. It's the Chrysler Skating Spectacular. Next, right here on ABC Sports.
Only missed striking one time today.
There it is. 3 in a row. Bob Spaulding is back up. He had his work cut out for him last night, Bo.
You bet. He had a tie match. He tied for both second and third position and lost a match to Romex to go up to third. As you see, Hoskins just really do a job on the 5-pin for 3 in a row. He's only missed one time today. Spaulding trailing by 20.
One thing about bowling, you'll take it any way you get. A strike or spare, any way to mark, and you can cross over, and it counts the same, Bo.
You're right, Chris. And Spaulding is the beneficiary of a crossover that time, caping in his match. Now you'll see he's playing that deepest side line also. He'll be between the 4th and 5th of 7 arrows. He'll be sliding over by this left channel, starting over somewhere in this area. Needs a strike to cut the lead down to 10 pins. 4th frame.
Three, 6.
Well, he kind of adjusted for a poor second shot. In the second frame, he went light and left the 2-pin. So it gives it a little more juice right here and not as much room. And the ball snaps early, crosses almost to the left of the head pin, leaves the 3-6. A difficult spare when you have to play that far left on the lane for your strike ball. So he has to torque it up and get some speed. Good shot.
All right. We're at the Forum Lanes in Grand Prairie, Texas, an all-American city. Visitors to the Arlington area, which is nearby, can find sports collectibles at the Arlington Convention Center. All
strikes in the Choice of Films Classic. Check in next Saturday on ABC.
Standing room only at the Forum Lanes, and it'll be the same situation at Boulevard in Edmond, Oklahoma next week for the $250,000 Choice Hotels Classic and Choice Challenge. Starts an hour earlier than our usual time. We'll tell you more about it later. Hoskins now. 3 in a row, 4th frame. I hit all but the 10.
Chris, once again, a player coming out in the 4th frame after a little delay goes high. I think if I'm a touring player and I'm watching this show at home, as you see him driving through, breaking up the 4-6 split and just leaving a very simple 10-pin to knock over, I would be aware of going a little more speed after a little delay.
All right. All right. Here's our pro on the approaches, John Mazza.
Thanks, Chris. Justin, let's say you get to the title match. Can you beat Pete Weber?
I don't know. The first time I bowled with the Weber, I was bowling with Dick, and when you're bowling with a Weber, it's a lot easier than trying to beat one. So I just hope I make it there, and we'll see what happens. And I can almost guarantee one thing: I probably won't throw any double gutters this week.
He's going to keep it on lane, and Old Red's ready.
Okay, Wichita State's representative out here. And Steve Hoskins, St. Petersburg Junior College.
Talk about another excellent athlete. Bob Spaulding was a high school tackle. Weighed 242, has a bench press of 425 pounds, and right now he's going to have to lean back to pick up 19 pins right here on his opponent, Steve Hoskins.
All right. Powerful, powerful strike. The 1994 money leaders, Norm Duke, 46, and close with his victory last week, Walter Ray. Pete can do well today and can take the lead with a victory.
Dennis Jakes, who we see in our crowd, averaging 228. Pete Weber, who we'll see today's action, 227. Scores are pretty high after 2 weeks. I can think that'll continue all winter long. More talent out here and a lot of powerful bowling balls. All right, Bob Spaulding finally gets a real good break. You got to keep in mind that he has never won a match in a championship round. 0 wins, 3 losses, and all he needs is some self-confidence. He has the talent. This man here has experienced the winner's circle, the defending champion here at Quaker State. He is filled with confidence that he can retake that lead. 19 pins.
Yes, he has two spares and the rest strikes. There you see his wife, Steve's wife, Lisa, and his dad, Bob.
Bob, a 200 average bowler, taught his son Steve how to bowl. Lisa, very proud of her 170 average, but even more proud of this son who has this open shoulder style whipping release that favors this inside line and extend his lead to 29 pins, 7th frame.
Hey, we'll get the top 24 finishers a little later, but I can tell you that Mike Albee finished 26th, and Mike Scroggins 34th, Randy Peterson 36th, Wayne Webb 48th, and so on down the line at a great field for the Quaker State Open.
RSP and Skates of Gold, tonight on ABC.
With 21 titles in his bowling career, the tournament leader, Pete Weber. We're close to Roanoke, Texas, a man that had 18 titles in 1 year, and his wife, Peggy. I shared the television golf broadcasting booth with him for nearly 4 decades. Byron Nelson.
What a pleasant man, what a gentleman. Right now, up comes Bob Spaulding, trailing by 29 pins, 7th frame, 2 strikes in a row, can cut the lead of defending champion Steve Hoskins down to 19 with 1 more strike.
All right, at 2-5. And on the subject of Byron, he was 82 years old yesterday. Had lunch with him. And, you know, in the same year, Bo, what a vintage year. 3 golfers were born in the same year. Byron Nelson, Sam Snead, and Ben Hogan.
Wow, what a trio to draw to there as you see Spaulding sliding by and leaving the 2-5. You know, Chris, just critiquing Bob Spaulding's game. I know the man, he's a very powerful physical individual, but he's kind of reserved, and he needs to let some of that aggression come out here on the bowling lane. He seems like he's just too nice a guy out there. And let's check his position on the lanes. He's once again, you see the extreme inside line. The players had to play this all week, and at night, the players were way over in this area. Spaulding will be right here. He'll drift a little left, go right over here, watch the hand release. Right through the shot.
Okay, Bo, how do you develop that nastiness with the bowling ball?
Well, it's once again, I think, Chris, it's the idea of good coaching and realizing keep your arm close to your body, and as you see his ball going very close to the channel, and use that wrist. Now, what kind of adjustment can he make? We know you have to move left when you're going high. He has to just loft the ball over the channel. We've seen many players standing on the left lane, throwing it into the right this week.
Very grim. One of these days, he's going to cut loose.
Man who had 277 the first game has a potential 279 this game up on the right-hand lane. He's only missed striking twice today, both on this lane.
Amazing. Boy, he made sure that time. Now, the winner of this, our second game, will meet Justin Romack of Andover, Kansas. Collegiate bowler. Champion collegiate bowler.
Hoskins has not missed on the left-hand lane. 11 for 11 today. He'll bowl what we call a Butch Soper 300 if he strikes here. Butch never had a 300, but one time he struck 12 times on the left-hand lane in a tournament, so he credited himself with one. Let's see what happens.
Oh, solid 9.
You know what, Chris Schenkel? Butch Soper never got that much power on 2 bowling balls.
No.
All right, the solid 9 stops the string on the left-hand lane, but he has a match well in hand. Has a possible 258 with a spare. Spaulding an outside chance only if disaster strikes Steve Hoskins.
We can only think back that Steve Hoskins defeated the tournament leader last year, Ron Williams, in winning the Quaker State Open 17th edition. This is number 18 for the good folks from Oil City, Pennsylvania.
Spaulding, potential 226. Make that now 212. Just never got on track. You know, some people, Chris, I noticed in television matches, and I was that way, are kind of slow twitch players. Once you get going, you have to be very careful. All he has to do is get the ball on the left side of the head pin, let the ball take out the 2-4. This 2 will take out the 8. Did not do it. I think he's just kind of throwing in the towel in this match. But Bob Spaulding, once again, what he needs to do in a championship round is be a sprinter. He has the ability to go to 42 games, 56 games in a regular tournament and pace himself. But once you get in this championship round, you got to pick up the pace. He'll learn from this loss.
But his wife, Carol, will notice that.
Well, he will, too. The big guy, I'm sure he's a little disturbed at today's performance, but really a nice guy. You don't want to throw a chair at him or anything because he can handle that. But if you just keep him cool, he will learn how to bowl in the championship round. He'll be back.
And he'll go away with a check for $10,000.
Ain't so bad.
No. Add to his $4,650 that he's already won this year, Bo.
Well, solid player, as I said. You'll see more of him. See how far left he gets on this one. Just get way left and throw a rocket, Bob. Not to be. Not too bad, though. 188.
Blue bug has been going around the area in the lanes. Romack, who will be up next, has been suffering from it. Steve Hoskins didn't get the break he wanted there. You can't trip him, Bo. That's what happens, right?
Gave a whack at it. The 2-pin went to the sideboard, almost took out the 4 and slapped the 10 out, avoiding the split. Now, Hoskins, if this right-hand lane starts hooking more, he has the ability to stand in front of the ball return rack to accommodate the angle. A great advantage.
Remember in that first game, Hoskins was 11 strikes, 277. Mark Mosabi, 226 and $8,000. Winner today of the Quaker State Open gets 41. Runner-up, 21.
Well, good performance from Hoskins in the second match.
246 to 188.